Hey, Raven here. Welcome to our Pokemon trading card game online guide and PTCGO guide. So in this guide, what I thought, that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with you, starting a brand new account, creating a brand new account. I'm gonna go step by step from complete new player, launching your Pokemon TCG Online for the first time, to getting your first wins, to getting your first deck, getting your first team deck, what to choose, how to behave, what are the specific things. We're going to talk about getting your first standard deck. It's going to be a long video. We're going to talk about public trades. We're going to talk about, just creating decks, like what to look after when you're creating a deck, what to look at when you are playing the game, so you'll not make a lot of mistakes that new players make. So let's move on, and I'm gonna be over here, so let's jump into, if there's any other topics, I do have topics like where to check prices, all of that stuff. It's over here, so it's gonna be along the way, so don't worry. I'm probably gonna do timestamps so you know exactly where what starts. Hopefully my moderators will help me with that. So yeah, we're not live, don't worry. So we're gonna move on. So you probably just downloaded your Pokemon trading card game online from Pokemon.com. Congratulations! You are amazing already, because you have the game. And now I'm gonna go to this little screen here, and you'll see the same thing that you probably see. Yeah, let's go. So that is it, right? So you don't see my username, and that is the first screen you see probably after launching the game. This is the front screen of the game, and this is where you're going to be logging in from. But you're new, right? You're brand new to Pokemon TCGO, so you want to click here, start. Of course, once you're going to have a login, once you have your account, you will be logging in, but right now, no account, you're just starting fresh, so we're doing start. So what is Pokemon Trading Card Game Online, and how do we win? What are the things here? So you do have a bench that can have 5 Pokemons, and we do have 1 active Pokemon. Our goal is to knock out our opponent's Pokemons, so they will have no Pokemon, or you will actually draw 6 prize cards. What are the prize cards? That's a great question. Those are the cards that you put at the very beginning of the game. There are 6 of them. 6 of them. And after knocking out, because you're not killing them, you're knocking out Pokemons, you take 1 prize, and that is until you're gonna win the game. Of course, there are then other things, but let's move on over here. So that is what you're gonna see. That is the first ever game and first ever screen you will see. So as I said, over here, you do have your bench. That is your active, and your first active Pokemon is going to be Eevee. When you're gonna right click on the Pokemon, you actually see the enlarged version of it. And as we all know, Pokemons do have different stages. We got basic, stage 1 and stage 2 Pokemons, and in the top left corner you have what stage your Pokemon is. And of course, if you want to have stage 1, stage 2, you have to go through every single evolution. But there is something called, many games call summoning sickness, and you actually can't evolve during the turn you put that Pokemon. On the top right corner, hit points or HP, and attacks over here. And on the attacks, you have actually the cost of the attack right over here. So here it costs 1 energy, so you put 1 energy on that Pokemon to use a Smash Kick. Energy does not get discarded unless the attack says so. So if I would have 1 energy over underneath the Smash Kick, it stays on that Pokemon forever until we want to, for example, retreat, where we have the cost of retreat, and we're retreating discards, of course, the energy. And you can put the energy even if your Pokemon is on the bench. That is something worth knowing, because a lot of people keep forgetting when they're first playing the game. So let's go. This is going to be our active Pokemon. This is the active pool, right? So as I said, those 6 cards right over here are your prize cards, and the game ends either when you have no more prize cards or you have no more Pokemons, right? So we're gonna draw, and my opponent drew the energy. So as I said, right, there are energies in this game, and there are different ones. So here we don't really need this specific one, because there's no energy like that. This means that you can have any energy underneath that Pokemon, which is great. So we have a lightning type energy, and we're gonna use, so now we have that 1 energy, and we can actually attack. So we're gonna use a Smash Kick, and we're gonna kick for 10. Not a big attack, but for now it does the job. So of course, he's gonna hit us back, and you can say, oh, you're gonna just do it back and forth. Well, to a certain degree, yes. So that now goes second energy, and you see, by adding second energy, we can actually use a tail whap. So that is where we stand. He's going to hit us for 20 again probably, and we're just going to finish it off right there. Okay, so what my opponent did right now is he played a benched Pokemon. So he played a Pokemon on bench and attached the energy. So because you can only attach one energy per turn, which is quite important. So right now, this is the moment when, even if I would knock out this Rattata, take one prize card, but he still has another Pokemon. So here we got first our introduction to the item cards. They are called trainer cards in general, and they are items, tools, or supporters. Items and tools are the cards that you can use freely over your turn. Supporters are orange, and you can only use one per turn. And of course the effect is written on the card. Here we've got a potion, so we will heal. Yeah, I have to right click, sorry. We will heal, and of course 30 heal, and we can use Tail Whip or even Smash Kick just to knock out our opponent's Pokemon. So that's a knockout, that's the first knockout that you will probably have right now, and we're taking one prize card. IRL, it's the same pattern, right? You put them next to you on the left side, like I put them always on the left side, and once you knock out your opponent's Pokemon, you actually take it. So here we've got the coin flip. So some attacks require coin flipping, which like here, Fury Swipes. Flip 3 coins, and online you do flip coin for each heads, you get some effect. But IRL, you never flip a coin, and that is something that you should know coming to this game if you want to later play IRL. So here I have an option. I can actually go and retreat my Pokemon for 1 energy, so he's not going to get knocked out, and attack with quick attack over here, which is flip a coin. If heads, it deals 10 more damage. That is one of the tactics you will be utilizing in your journey of Pokemon trading card game. So sometimes to preserve certain mods, you will be retreating them to attack with another. So here, of course, I think we can just let him, we can sack him, which means that he can actually get knocked out. It's fine. It's still 6-5 in terms of prize cards. The trade is okay, and we don't really mind, and probably the game will not allow it to happen. Yeah, so because that's that's a tutorial. So now we can use second energy. I can use another Tail Whip. That's 40, and now probably what's going to happen is he's going to knock us out, because that would be normally a risky maneuver for me to do such a thing, and that's exactly what happened, right? We got knocked out. Normally, to avoid such a risk, you do want to retreat, but now we know we're going to draw the energy, so we can actually win the game here on the spot. He doesn't have anything on the bench, and even though we do have 5 prize cards, we still win the game. So that was the first introduction to the game. And we're gonna move on, so let's go play. So we got another challenger, and let's go. So I think I'm gonna do like 5 parts of it, no, like 2 parts probably, or like a really long video, so bear with me. I hope you're in for a ride, because that's gonna be a whole ride. So right now we can't really click. We know we have a hand of energy. We can't do anything, because during your first turn you can't attack, you can't evolve, and of course you can't play any supporter cards, which are the trainer cards with orange name supporter. So of course our opponent's first turn, he can attack. So even if you go, only if you go first, you cannot attack. If you go second, you can. Is there a strategy to that? Yes, there is. Some decks do want to go and play as first, some do want to go and play as second. Mainly the decks that want to evolve do go second. Why do go first? Why is that? Well, that's a great question. So when you go first, you can evolve first, right? Because as I said, you have to wait 1 turn until evolving. So even though my opponent can actually attack, they couldn't evolve before attack, which is great for me. And so if you want, evolution type of deck, you want to actually go first, and you slowly climb towards your evolution chain. So Pikachu was for 1 turn on the bench. Now we can evolve him into a Raichu, and we've got a Thunder Shock. So we can actually paralyze our opponent if the coin flip would hit, but coin flip did not hit. So of course you can put conditions on your opponent's Pokemon, but I think once we're gonna get into conditions, I'm gonna talk about conditions a little bit more, because there's a lot of like misconceptions about conditions and a lot of weird things about them. So we have another Pikachu. We're gonna put him on the bench. We've got a Raichu with Electro Bullet. card that gives us a free knockout over here. And why this attack did more damage? Because we do have weakness, so every attack from fighting type Pokemons here hits us ×2, but we got resistance towards metal type, so metal type minus 20 damage. But here, Electro Ball, we got a beautiful knockout, and we can get the prize card and move a little bit on. We're gonna talk about the ratio of Pokemon energy and trainer cards in the deck a little bit later, once we're gonna get to our first proper theme deck. So right now, of course, we use potions, so we're healing. Energy we're gonna put right here on the Pikachu, so we are preparing our bench, which is quite important, right? You do want to not only keep attacking, but you want to have plan B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, and prepare your bench at all times. So as you can see, those are the challenges that we have to go through, and we're gonna go through those challenges along the way together. So that's quite a journey, because I haven't done that in 3 years, I believe. So let's go. That's quite a journey for me as well, and I hope my explanation actually helps you a lot, guys. So we got our first glimpse of it, like a proper hand, and we can actually take a look. We are going second. How do I know that I'm going second? During this screen, if my opponent's avatar is like, lightning, and like it has this like little thing around it, and it's yellow, he goes first. So this means I'm going second, and also this means I'm gonna go and attack first. So I'm gonna go with Electabuzz. For me, I think Electabuzz is gonna be a little bit better, because I can prepare Pikachu on the bench while I still have a really nice attack here, and we are facing a weakness. So how do I know? Because of the deck box. During this early time in the Pokemon trading card game, you will actually know the opponent by the deck box. So what happened here? Why he has additional energy? That's an older card, and it's not played in standard format. That's you reveal the top card of your deck, and if it's a basic energy, you actually put it on your Pokemon. And those are all of those cards. If you want to play standard format right now, you will not even see, besides Pokemon Center Lady, because it got reprinted, so you can still play it, and of course energy. And that's what happened. But we're going to talk about standard and formats a little bit later. So I'm going to put second energy. Why not? Let's ambush him. Let's do the coin flip. It didn't happen, but it does happen. Sometimes you not always get what you need. You not always get every single hit perfectly. So right now I have all the energy here, and I can slowly prepare my Pikachu, and all I need is 10 damage. So I'm not even gonna try to ambush. I can just light punch it, get a knockout, get that prize card, and move on. So we got a Voltorb. There we go. We got a beautiful Voltorb, and I'm still actually putting energy right here on the Pikachu, because he needs more than 2 turns to knock me out. And we have something like Switch, right? So Switch actually changes our active Pokemon with one of our bench's Pokemon without losing any energy from our active Pokemon due to the retreat cost. But first I'm gonna heal, so we're gonna choose Pokemon to heal. There he is. And hoping, with the ambush and weakness on my opponent's Pokemon, we might, if the conflict is going to be great, we can finish the game right here. And it didn't work, so it's only 40 damage. But again, he needs a lot more to even beat us, so that is a game, and we can move on. So once you attack, you can't attach energy. Yes, we know. So of course 1 energy per turn, but here we're not attaching. I know we win, so there's no point. Normally I would attach the energy if there would be more prize cards to prepare my Pikachu, right, to prepare that for next turn, but here we don't really need it. Let's move on. So we beat another one, and of course you are receiving coins, and those coins that you're receiving, store them for your first 500 coins, because with your first 500 coins you will purchase your first deck that will help you get to the standard format, that will help you get to later better decks, to tier 1s, but we all have to start somewhere, and with this theme deck you will be able to start. Of course you can go and buy IRL deck, and you will have a code to put in your Pokemon Trading Card Game Online for that deck. So of course we're gonna play energy, and we got a glimpse of the supporter cards, right? So here, those cards you can only play once per turn, and discard a card from your hand. If you look at top 8 cards of your deck, put one of them into your hand and shuffle. Yeah, we can do it, right? So Furo is a stage 1, so I can't really play him. I don't have a basic. We can discard him, is not that bad. And in this position right now, I do prefer to have a Raichu, and I can evolve next turn and slowly build up towards him, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do, right? Especially having, our Pokemon Center lady. So here we should have actually our first glimpse of poison, and that is one of the conditions. So there are many conditions in Pokemon, as you know from VGC, as you know from TCG, and from the video game or from the show. So conditions, I'm going to put energy over here. Okay, so conditions are put on active Pokemon by effects of the attacks of your opponents. They technically not effects of the attacks, but there are the attacks underneath the attack. So poison deals 10 damage every single time the turn is getting passed. There's also burn, which deals 20 damage, but at the end of each turn you flip a coin, and if you flip heads, you're fine. There's also paralysis, that you cannot move or retreat without using any items for 1 turn. And also there is a sleep, so this means that you can't do anything. You can retreat with use of tools again, but you flip coin in between turns to wake up. So that is what it is. But also, if you are burned, poison, if you have any condition, and I'm going to do it right now, just to show you guys that you can either play Pokemon Center Lady, which will heal you and remove all special conditions, or you can evolve. And as you're evolving, there are no special conditions anymore on your Pokemon, and I'm going to show you right now. We're going to do it, and as you can see, special conditions no more. So there we go. So once you evolve, there are no more special conditions. So let's use a Great Ball. Is a card in standard format, and you know what? Let's play it. So we're gonna take actually over here a Spearow, because Furo is somewhere in the deck. Let's take him. And I'm gonna pass a turn. So this is the mode where I can't really attack. I can retreat for 1 and attack for 10, but it doesn't matter that much. It's all good. So I'm just gonna play and give my opponent the alley next turn. Those are 4 prize card. This is a 4 prize card game, so it is really tough game over here. So we have another Pikachu, we have another energy, so this means I can use Thunder Shock, and I'm of course gonna heal one of my Pokemons without losing any energy whatsoever. Thunder Shock, and we might actually leave our opponent paralyzed, so you'll hopefully see Paralysis. There we go. So that's how paralysis works. So they can't really retreat, they can't do anything, they can't attack. The only way for them to actually do something would be to use an item called Switch, that would switch their active Pokemon with one of their benched Pokemon. So there we go, 80 damage, and that is it. Of course, don't get fooled by the simplicity of what we're doing right here. That is like bare bone, they guide you through it. It does get a lot more complicated as you move on to your first theme deck, and then to your of course, first proper deck. We also have stadiums, which are the cards that do have effect on the whole environment, right? So here this stadium card says that each Pokemon in play has no resistance, and that's what we're gonna do, right? So no resistance whatsoever. We see those red markers and they mark. If you click on them, you know exactly what is happening. We're also gonna do Tierno, and we're gonna draw 3 cards. There we go, and I'm gonna go and prepare another Pikachu. Yeah, another Pikachu. I don't really need to play the 5th one. I have a Knockout Electro Ball, and that is it. Of course, there are many decks and many cards that will bring back the energy from your discard pile that you will be able to manipulate. There are mill decks, stall decks, so many different decks that you know from other games are in here. So this is the first glimpse of course, of our tool cards, and tool cards are the cards that you attach to the Pokemon, and they do have special effects. IRL, when you have a card, you attach it sideways to indicate that this one is dealing 20 more damage, so this means we will does it? No, the attack. Okay, so when we get hit, it is reduced by 10, 20 actually, sorry, my mistake. So here you just click, you just win. There's nothing actually that can happen. Of course, some Pokemons do have something called ability, and abilities are things that are working no matter what. So here, when it's an active Pokemon and when it's get knocked out, your opponent discards top 3 cards. There may be an ability that will not allow your opponent to attack, or that will shorten the damage or will heal some Pokemons. There are many abilities, and the way you combo them kind of works with you, and it works with the decks for your future deck. So something to have in mind. So let's move on, right? We are at the 20-minute marker. That's going to be a long video. I'm Otis, so let's go. Let's jump right in with an Otis. And we got our first game. So as I said many times about Switch, we have one in hand, and right now I can see what I have in my hand. So we've got Voltorb with Rollout. I'm going first this time. Look at this. I'm going first because my avatar is enlightened, right? I have this yellow thingy, yellow frame. So I know I will not be able to attack turn 1. So this means I can actually freely play Voltorb. I know I will evolve the first turn. I will be able to attack into Electrode, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. We're gonna play it over here. Bam. So we can't use this item because we do have more than 4 cards in hand. So, and this one draws until you have 4 cards in your hand. So yeah, we're not using it. He's using Slash, he's attacking, but it's all good because as I said, right, energy, and now I can evolve. So that's what I said about the decks that are all about the evolution, trying to go first and enjoying going first. So Static Shock, 20 damage, and next turn I can start doing Electro Ball, which will knock out my opponent here. Oh, he's healing, he's doing it, he's healing. So like, I kind of like how bare bones it is and how funny and simple the gameplay is. I mean, I honestly like that and enjoy. So some cards do have effects that are more than there's more than one effect on the card, and you can actually choose one. So here what I will want to choose is during this turn Pokemon attack deals 20 more damage, which gives me a knockout over here, but also because I've used the card I can draw some with the bicycle. So I would draw a little bit more, get my Eevee over here, and Electro Ball for 80 damage, which gives me a knockout, and he has to work his way back with the energy. And now I have what is called an energy advantage, and energy advantage is really important in this game, and just, you know, being smart and having the strategies along the way, you know, so being smart, what you want to do, when you want to do, and preparing your bench, you know, not maybe not always putting everything on one of your Pokemon, just, you know, like spreading energy a little bit. So depending on the deck that you're playing, there are going to be different strategies to it. And as we're going to go to our first theme deck, we're going to talk a lot about them. So now we have Evo Soda. This will help us evolve into Raichu over here, but this is the card that you will not see in standard format, so I'm not going into huge details about it. It just helps you evolve, right? It just gives you that evolution Pokemon right there, so you don't have to dig for it in your deck. We have a knockout. Feed me more, give me more, let's go. Super simple game. I don't think, you know, that there's anything that can really happen here. So we've got 20, and I know we're gonna get knocked out at a certain point, and it's fine to get knocked out. It's all good, it's okay. I'm preparing right here our beautiful Raichu, so I'm fine with this knockout. It's like, okay, I know I'll get knocked out, it's all good, I'm gonna lose the energy, but as you can see, we do have energy on bench, so that's why it doesn't bother me at all. But because he evolved, well, he can't really attack, right? Because he evolved and his Pokemon needs a lot more energy than 2 for actually attacking. But here, well, I want to knock him out. I want to do something. So I'm going to use Switch because I don't want to lose energy from Electrode. And we're going to attack with Raichu over here. Electro Ball for 80. 10 away. But it's better to be 10 away than more. So he's healing here. He does still need more energy. He can only attach 1 per turn. That's why it doesn't affect me that much. And here, you know, we can actually put something. Well, do I really need to put energy anywhere? Not really, but you know what? For the purpose of the video, we're going to put it right here on Electabuzz. So you are preparing a 3rd Pokemon, right? Because remember, he still has to go through 6 of yours to actually get all the prize cards. Again, some cards are called GXs, and those are big dudes with like 200 HP, and when you knock them out, you take 3. Some are tag teams, which are even bigger dudes, and you take 3 prize cards instead of 2 from the regular GXs. And as well, now as a letter, it searches for 2 energies. And there are new V cards, which once you knock out the V card, you take 2 prize cards, and the V Max cards, which are evolutions of V cards, that will give you 3 prize cards. So we've beat him. We're gonna probably get our first GX over here. And that is okay, great. So we've got our first tag team. So this is the tag team card, Nagalord. As I said, when you knock him out, you get your opponent get. When you knock him out, you get 3 prize cards. And of course, we got a first pack of Lost Thunder. Still center form, which is great that they're doing this. So right now we're gonna move to another screen. So let's open. Oh, hello, 2 packs, and we got 750 coins, as you can see. So we are going to be able to actually purchase our first theme deck, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to purchase our first theme deck, and this is going to be something that will be cut, and probably, you know, and like once per year I'm going to update this theme deck thing. So in the pack you have energy, you have some commons, reverse holo, which here is a rare card, and we can have here in the last slot those super rare cards, so full art trainers, rainbow rare cards, you know, or regular rare GXs, you name it, we might have here, and that is just a regular Donovan. But it's good, right? You're building your collection right now, so you do want to get the most out of it. And of course there are challenges that you do and you level up as well. So right now I don't really want to go into the challenges because those are the single player challenges right over here, and you can just go through all the challenges with the decks that they are giving you and with a theme deck that you will purchase. But right now we are in the main menu of the game. You know what, let's go to the main hub of the game. Let's go, that is the main menu, and every single time you're gonna go into the menu you will hear this little noise, and that is actually your first reward over here. And for the first you will receive some coins, and you know, that is login bonus. And here at this moment, if you would actually create an account, you will receive, after creating an account, a 500 coins, and that's right now because of the spring bonus. Normally there's no spring bonus at all, but you're still able to actually purchase your first theme deck because you have 750 coins. So let's take a look what we do have over here. So starting from right side, right over here, we've got, oh, so I have to upgrade to tell you that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna upgrade to the full account, and we're gonna come back over here because I don't want actually to give away all the details of the new account that I'm gonna make. So this is gonna be a cut, and we're gonna see after I'm gonna upgrade to the new account, because normally when you're gonna be upgrading you will, you know, have to put a login, email address, and you'll receive email from Pokemon on your email address to log into the game. So I'll be wrong. Alright, and we are back. So I've done the whole process of registration. I've got an email like 5 seconds later. So we do have, you know, I did logged into the account. So now I can just show you guys from the top right corner, like from here, from the top right. Let's go from the top right over here. So first things first, we do actually have our chat over here. So here is where you actually get the, you know, you see the products, your friends list, all of that stuff, which is really, really good. Here, okay, so I moved ahead a bit, sorry for that, I moved ahead a bit. So here next you've got settings, and you can just change the whole settings. Here are the tickets that you can use for events, 750 coins that we already have. And here we move to the left side. So here we've got this like present thing. So when you are purchasing IRL product, right, you can actually scan the codes, because in every IRL product of Pokemon you have an online version of that product. Here it's, if you're purchasing a pack, it's not going to be this, it's going to be the same pack but not the same content of the pack, which again is a huge misconception here. Not the same content of the pack as IRL. It's going to be a random pack, but the name. So it's, if you are buying, let's say, Sword and Shield pack, it is going to be Sword and Shield pack in the game, but it's, the content is going to be a little bit different. Also, something worth noting over here, everything that you will get from events, in-game events, that we'll show you in a second, and from those codes over here, is actually tradable. Only those things, right? So if you are wondering, like down there below, you know, there's a 5% discount and you go to purchase on Professor Oak if you want to get this head start over here with codes, with some packs, but we are doing it free, right? We're doing it without that. Here we have the store, and in the store we're gonna be right back after, because I will tell you exactly what to do at first and what not to do when you're starting your account. Then we've got, of course, our avatar, challenges and statistics. So here we can actually go and create our avatar. We're gonna move here, yeah, so that is gonna be my avatar for now. Of course you can change everything, you know, the gender, it's all good. we've got the challenges. So as I said, right, every single challenger will give you something, and after you reach level 15, the packs from those challengers are going to be tradable as well, but it's going to take a long time for you to get it, because those challenges are sometimes really challenging. And of course, you got stats of your account, so how many cards you drawn, how many cards you own, right, in your collection stats, what's the set nearest completion, all of those things. Then we have another one. We got a collection, deck manager, and trade. So first things first, collection. Here, yeah, like my avatar is unsaved. So here you'll be able to see your collection, but also everything you've got, all your trainer cards are separately, your energy cards are separately, your packs. So what you can open here is of course in collection, so we're going to open those right here. So just we're going to get the collection going, so let's go. We're going to open those 2 packs. Maybe we're going to have a cool GX to show you guys, so let's open. I mean, the thrill of opening packs is really cool, and you'll see that as we're going to enlarge them, they are locked over here, so we can't trade them. Those are trade locked packs. If card is tradable, it will have two arrows over here, and it will have one over here for the tradable, and if you want to make them tradable, you just click and they're orange. So let's move on. What are we gonna have? Meloetta, so non-GX, but also we got a Sword and Shield set pack, so let's open. There might be some cool Sword and Shield packs. They do have V cards, which are really good, so let's say we got some, of course every single card is brand new, and bam, we've got a Stone Journey, so no V cards actually. Okay, so here's the hub where we open the packs. Gameplay, this is where you have your coins, your deck boxes, your sleeves, everything is over here, and then avatar, so here are your clothes for your avatar, so that's helpful. So as you can see, we got 0 tradable cards, right? They're all trade locked. Then we go to the deck manager, and here is where you can actually build your first deck. So you can build, yeah, they will tell you to do expanded, but like expanded decks are, well, this is the format that is not standard legal, and standard and expanded, those are, standard are the newest, the freshest cards. Expanded are like the older ones. So if you ever played like Magic the Gathering, you actually know standard and modern, right? So it's like a modern to Magic the Gathering, or like wild to Hearthstone, right? So expanded, we don't want to do that, but of course here you can create your first standard deck. Don't use Deck Wizard, but we're gonna move later to this creating of standard deck and what to look at, because right now you're not bothered with this. This doesn't bother you at all. You should not even attempt creating a deck, because it might be a disaster, because you don't really have the tools right now to do that. So at first, I wouldn't say stay away, but like don't do it at first. Let's just not do it at very first. And here we've got trade. So as I said about tradable cards, right? You can actually go into trade and you can actually trade those cards, but few things. Main currency in the PTCGO is the packs from the newest set, or are the packs from the newest set. So if you want to trade a lot, use like Professor Oak down there below to get those tradable packs, and you can trade them. But what is important is not getting scammed, because certain cards are worth more than the others. And here I'm gonna give a shout out to my boy, because this is the only person that does that. Outcast. I wrote it down because he has like the 7 OU7 cast, and he has a Discord account where he has the price guide there. There's more than 50 people, 50 moderators that are giving you the best prices, and they're giving you the price check immediately. He had the price guide in the past. There was a 10 out of 10 price guide, but those 2 price guides are not, they are dead. They're not happening anymore. So right now we do have this price guard on his Discord. So please go there if you're really in need of trading, right? I'm not gonna do that. Of course I can't accept anything. Also, huge tip, don't go like that. Just don't be like, oh, it's a cool, like 1 minute to go, I have to take it. No, the best trades are happening not 2 minutes. The trades that you want to look at, and the trades that are most favorable for you, not every time, but like majority of the time, are at 8-hour mark. So like 7 hours, 55 minutes, 8 hours. Those are the trades you do want to scroll down to, and we're going to scroll down right now just to show you guys what they are, because those are the ones that will be the best for you, or the ones that will not scam you the most. But knowing what you have, knowing the price is a key to not getting scammed, not getting fooled, and not make a fool of yourself, just giving away really good cards, standard cards, tier 1 cards for dirt cheap. So you don't want to do that. Use Outcast Discord, shout out to your boy, and of course the 8-hour mark. You can always ask me on Twitch, RavenColdSnatchku, and on our Discord, people will help. So we're going closer and closer. On the right side you see this 8-hour mark. So for example, it's getting close. You can use filters, right? You can choose for packs. Those all are here, so don't be scared of using filters. But here we are at those more favorable right now trades, and I would say those are fair trades over here at this 8-hour mark. Sorry, I just went a little bit too far. There we go. So because those are the newest ones, the freshest ones, and those are the ones that people are not trying to get something, but those are the best trades over here at 8-hour mark. But also know the prices. That is really worth knowing. Then we're gonna move on to this play symbol, and play symbol is where you play. You have trainer challenges, which is the offline game, and you play against the AI. Then you have a versus mode, which is actually the versus mode, so the ladder where you get rewards, events. You need tickets to get events, and you get tickets by playing versus. And we have tutorial. Versus is the place where you're gonna spend your time the most. And here in the versus mode, you play against other people, other human beings, and every single 20 days this ladder changes, right? So you see those are the rewards that you can get by winning the games. So every single win gives you 10 bolts, which are countered here. But bigger your win streak, the more bolts you're gonna get, which is really good, of course. And those are different tiers, so the more you get until 2000 you'll get a beautiful for now Professor Juniper. Of course in 19 days it will change for something else, but on top of that you do have daily versus rewards, which for every single win until 11 you get something cool. You get coins, you get you get random things. It is really nice. Also in this hub, what is worth knowing, because we will navigate that after purchasing your first theme deck, which we're gonna do in a second, you will go over here. By clicking here, you choose a format that you want to play in, and we'll be choosing a theme. And theme deck format means that you'll be playing against other theme decks. So the decks that are not changed at all and that are predetermined, not pre-constructed, that's what I want to say. They are pre-constructed. And if you want to play if you want to construct your first, your decks, that's a standard, expanded, and legacy not really, right? You still have to create it, but there's not a lot of players that do play legacy. So that is where you construct your own, which you don't want to do at first before you grow the collection. So you will be kind of, for first stuck a bit in a theme deck. And speaking about theme decks, let's go to the store and let's purchase our first theme deck. So the store actually gives you a lot of things. You have featured stuff, so you got the brand new things, you've got the booster packs, decks, and gameplay. So gameplay, those are deck boxes, sleeves, not really worth it. If you don't have anything to trade, getting this avatar, this avatar, this is tradable, so you can actually trade it for something. Then of course best packs to open, I always get that question. Always the newest ones. Packs, always the newest ones. Easy, simple. Then we go to deck section, and this might be a little bit tricky because the newest doesn't always mean the best. And here I'm going to tell you which 2 decks you should choose and why and how. So first things first, none of this. We're going down, and 2 decks that I highly recommend personally. First is over here, and this is a Charizard Relentless Flame. We're gonna click on the eye and we'll see what it is. Gray means you don't own the card, but this Charizard over here is a really good card. You actually get 2 energies underneath him, and Continuous Blaze Ball deals a ton of damage. If you combine 2 of those decks, it's a great starting point for a standard format deck. It's a really fun deck to play, and it has a really nice set of trainer cards. So this is definitely one of the decks to buy. The second one, and this is the one I will go with, this is a Necrozma deck. Why this Necrozma? Well, because it does have Malamar, and Malamar is used in almost all the tier 1 decks that are psychic type. For example, Mew 3, which is Mewtwo and Mew tag team. That's what the card which you want to have, and you want to have 3 to 4 copies of it, because he brings back the energy from this card pile to one of your Pokemon that is on your bench, which is really good. And if you again combine two, I have this combination of those two decks together, so 2 times this deck gives you really cool standard deck that is a budget deck, and you can actually run with it quite nicely. But also you do have yourself Necrozma, which is a great attacker, Mysterious Treasure, which is a great item, some switches, like really cool cards to start your adventure with. So you know what, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna redeem it, and we're gonna purchase this deck. We're still gonna have 250, but you want to keep that 250 to get another one, so you can actually combine the two and have a beautiful standard deck at first. And yeah, of course, get the coin as well, which is a great addition. So right now we're gonna go over here to Versus. Of course, you can use that deck in Trainer, and bam, there he is, laser focus deck. And that's one thing before we're gonna play. All the ladders are the same for every format. There's no different format ladders, so don't push it. Like, don't go hard to, like, oh, I need standard like right now. No, like, don't push it. Just, you know, take it easy, take it a little bit slower, and have some fun with this laser focus deck. So let's move on and let's go. So I know, like, the first standard deck, I think we're gonna create a different video for the first standard deck. Probably I'm gonna record it tomorrow. So let's move on. So we are facing other theme decks. So those are the battles: theme deck versus a theme deck. So you know what your opponent has in their deck, and I know, and they know what I have. So with this deck that we have, I would prefer to go first. Why? Well, I do have a little bit of energy advantage, and I do have Malamars to evolve into. So let's go. So you're gonna have the first game over here, and the first hand, well, not the best, but it's also not the worst, because we can use the return of draw, so we can draw up until we have 6 cards in hand. We have Pokemon Fan Club, so we got some options. Of course, you can't play a supporter right now during your first turn, so you have to be a little bit careful here. Oh, it's kind of funny because it gave me my avatar from my normal account. Okay, that's a bit weird. Of course, here you can you can just do a heart over here. Yeah, let's go with a heart. So he's playing Cramorant. Okay, and I'm just gonna go play energy and pass the turn. Of course, psychic type energy, and I can just pass it. There's no point of doing anything. We got return, so that's gonna be my attack next turn. He's using hop, drawing. So those are the slower pace games, because like the build of those decks is not, you know, the best, because you never want to go 20-20-20. You kind of go like 12 Pokemons, up to 12 energy, and then you have of course rest trainer card, because that's what you want to do. But here it's a little bit different. So Pokemon Fan Club, and right over here I'm gonna bring Inkay. Oh, I know, notice right now, there's only one Inkay here, so this means second is prized. But also I do want to bring my main attacker, which is that Necrozma, and I want to start putting energy over here. So 2 psychic and 1 special energy to have the maximum damage that I can deal right over here from that Necrozma. And by return, I will be able to actually draw myself some cards as well after this. So yeah, would you like to draw? Yes, please. I would love to draw until I have more. So we do have Audino, and Audino is a really good card. It's one of those cards that will help you draw, and if these Pokemon are active, you can draw 1 card, and drawing is really good and important in this game as well. So let's move on. Like, he is charging his active Pokemon and drawing cards as well. I do have Cynthia, we do have Titan Liza, which can give us shuffle hand and give us 5 cards, or I can use it to switch Pokemons. He's using, you know, with his theme deck, he has a little bit more modern, like the newer supported cards, but it's fine, you know, we can actually sack a few Pokemons until we're gonna get what I want. So that's exactly what I'm gonna be doing here. We're gonna sack a few Pokemons until we're gonna get something. So I'm gonna get Tauros, and I'll use Cynthia over here. So I'll refresh my own hand. Remember, refreshing hand. If your hand is bad, just get it out. So you will now see how easily you can get more energy out of Malamars, and how Malamar is important to many decks and why. So I'm gonna play Audino. Mysterious Treasure discards 1 energy and searches for a psychic type Pokemon, but I know Malamar would bring that energy back, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go for my Malamar. Bam. We got a Malamar. I'm gonna go and put that energy on the Malamar from discard pile to Necrozma. And now I have 3 energies underneath Necrozma. I'm fine, I'm okay. And I do have Lily in my hand that will next turn give me up until 6 cards to my hand, which is great already. And I can slowly keep on building. Of course, best case scenario would be drawing into special type energy. So I'll be able to attack for more. He can snipe me on the bench, right? So he can attack the bench, but it's fine. I know those Steam decks do have a lot of energy, so I'm really fine with that. And now we're gonna draw it, and there we are. We drew the energy. So right now, I know all I have to do is retreat and attack and have a knockout. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Put energy over here, retreat. Yes, I know. So now you see all those different techniques are coming together, and now, well, I'm gonna bring back the energy, and I'm gonna put some energy right over here on my Gumshoes for Altered Headbutt, or I should go, what do you do? Yeah, like this is not doing a lot, so we're gonna put here, right? We won't have that damage. So we have the engine ready, so that's why I said Malamar is a really cool card to actually get, and 100 damage, we've got a knockout. If we would have special energy, that would be 160 damage, which is huge. And there we go, we have it from there we go, we got weakness guard energy, and weakness guard energy says that we have no weakness. We have literally no weakness, and he is playing his turn. Of course, I do have to be careful because, I can be super fast, but he's preparing his jaw lock, and this might be tricky. So do I want to play that energy right now? Well, not really. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back the energy on that Gumshoes. Right over here, I'm gonna retreat for 2, and the fact that I'm retreating is because this guy just knocks out him, and I do really want to, postpone this 160 damage, so I'm gonna be able to knock out Dreadnought. So weakness guard energy right over here on the Dreadnought. Lily for the draw, so I'm gonna draw 2 cards, and Alert Headbutt. So there we go, I still have a knockout. I am preserving my bench, because here I can keep on discarding energy, and I can just keep bringing it back. So imagine what this deck can do if there would be 4 energies, right? 4 Malamars with 4 Necrozmas. That's why I'm talking about combining 2 decks together, and you can do that, only 250 coins more, and we're gonna have that. So I know what he's doing. He's preparing right over there, but you know what? I'm gonna prepare as well. I can, bring back the energy right over here on my Necrozma. Right now hits 160, and still play some energy on Tauros. Have another attacker, right? So as I said at the beginning of this whole video, having that energy advantage is huge. It's really important, and he gives up. So our opponent gives up in that game. So we did had a huge advantage. So we got a first reward, only 1, but it's fine. We have Unified Minds. We have 52 coins, which is amazing. We done the daily challenge. We got it. We got a first update. How amazing is that? We even got more coins, 327. So that is, honestly, that's how, here I can conclude. Here I can honestly conclude the whole video and conclude the whole guide. So that's what you want to do until you're going to get another 500. Then you can get another laser focus. And on that point, you can just go to our YouTube video, our YouTube channel, or on stream or on Discord. Just, type in budget the Necrozma deck, and you will have 2 of those combined, what to get out of them, what to put, and I mean, you know what, I'm just gonna do it right now, because we can do it. I can just show you what to put inside, and we can do it right now, because we can work with cards that we don't own, but the deck we can't, it's not gonna be playable. So that's exactly what I'm gonna try to do, and expansion newest to oldest. So that is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna have Malamars, and of course, you will see that over here. So the gray ones we don't own. So here is also, the way of you to actually, like, oh, I would love to have that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Now we're gonna go for Necrozma. Also 1, 2, 2, 3, and 4. We already have 12 Pokemons, and on top of that, I do like Audino, so we're gonna put 2 more Audinos for the draw, and that's it. Normally later you want to have this bad boy Jira. Hello. show not own, sorry, almost messed it up. So Giratina, like that's this is the Pokemon you want to have, because this also, you know, you can bring it back from your discard pile. So normally, you know, you would like to have like 2 of those, but they are not part of the theme deck. That's why I'm not including them right now over here, but this is something to have in mind for the future. So this is it, like this is a great starting point over here. Then we're going to move on to the energy, and we're actually going to choose psychic type energy. Well, filters, thank you. And we're gonna, yeah, like regular. And what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go with, sorry, like we do have, you know, infinity here, so we have infinity, and we're gonna choose 12. 12 is, some might say, even too high, but I think it's really good. Now we're moving to our normal deck, and now this gets tricky. So here, because you will work with, so I'm going to show you what I own. So you'll work with limited things, playset of Cynthia, so you'll have this nice flow of refreshment of hand, right? That's what you want to do. You want to refresh your hand all the time. Also, you do have a great ball right now, so you do want to play those great balls that will really help you get the Pokemons that you need. Of course, you know, there are quick balls, but you would have to go and, you know, pull them from pack, and that's what we are avoiding right now. So great balls, definitely 4 copies of, let's say 3. Then we got mysterious treasures that you will have 4 at this point, so definitely getting all 4 over here, which is great. Pokegear 3.0, you'll also have playset of those, so play all 4. This means they will search you for your supporter cards, and your supporter cards are going to be really, really important. So at first you're going to start with some judges, so that's a little bit of disruption over here. You can have some lilies, it's always not that bad. You know, getting those supporters is really, really important. Then 2 Pokemon communications, maybe not. Pokemon Fan Club, if you really want to get, you know, to that, but switches, those are really important. So having at least those 3 switches is, oh yeah, you see, like I forgot about you see, I forgot about energy. So here we're gonna use weakness guard, right? So we're gonna use actually 4 weakness guards. So you're gonna go like that, but like here normally you want to use recycle energy, so this is the one you want to use, because once you get knocked out, it comes back to your hand. You can even go like that, it's 3, and we're still gonna move on. Oh, sorry, not owned. I need owned. Yeah, there we go. So we are back here. So those are still cards in standard format, and that is exactly what I want, right? Expansion from new to oldest. Then we're gonna move on over here. We got Tate and Liza. Use that Tate and Liza. Don't be scared of Tate and Liza. Use those. We got Acrobikes. 1, 2. Go for 4, because you'll have 4 at this point. Go for them. Viridian Forest. Play 2. Why not? Nothing stops you. And of course, 2 U-turn boards on those Adinos, because you want to, you know, you want to retreat those Adinos. And here, last 2 cards, in all its fairness and honesty, what I would do is we got Lilies, we've got this. You know what, maybe 1 more Tate and Liza, why not? And maybe, you know, maybe 1 Pokemon Fan Club. So that's, you know, that's how would I construct your first standard deck, after you would go and have 2 theme decks. Why this card is older? That's a great question. This is, you can still use old versions of cards if the new ones, like here, are from the new set, and they are from the standard format. So that's how I would approach your first ever standard deck, and I think this approach is amazing, and that, you know, that gives you literally from 1,000 coins your first playable standard deck that you are going to be proud of, and you're going to upgrade it slowly, and you're going to work your way towards something better. So that is going to be the first standard deck. You can just look at it right now, you can copy it, you can you know, paste it later, you can just pause the video here, because that, you know, that's the conclusion of the video. That is the whole beginner's guide. There's nothing more, nothing less. Right now, just get that deck and play, then upgrade it, add some Giratinas, go with it, run with it, and that's it, and have fun. You know, Rebel Clash, the new set is coming soon, and of course, you know, that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If that was helpful, don't forget to leave subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Goodbye, mwah, and good night. Raven loves ya. Take care. Bye. And yeah, see you guys live on Twitch. It's Raven called Snatchku, actually. So take care. Bye.